everyone, it's Jill here, kind of looking a mess as usual. um, Today I want to talk about, trying to get that sun out of the way. Are we, you, me, anyone coming from fear or from love? Because you may not realize it, but those are the only two options that we have. And it's how we approach everything in life. We have two options. We either come from fear or we come from love. And most of the time, we come from fear. Love is not what we all generally think of love as. We think of love as, neediness or that kind of thing most of the time. Or yeah, it's love. The typical love that most of us have is more of an addiction, really. I think we most of us don't realize that. We think love is love. All the people in our life, we love them, but mostly it's a neediness that we have, and that is actually fear. It's the opposite of love. It's fear that they'll leave us, if we're talking about a spouse, or fear about our children that something will happen to them. And so when we worry, let's say, about our kids or our husbands or wives or whoever, we think that's coming from love, that worrying. But it's actually it's from fear. I mean, worry is obviously fear, but that's what we think love is, but it's actually fear. It's the opposite. And as I said at the beginning, those are the only two places we come from for pretty much anything we do in life. Any decision we make, when we're wondering like what decision to make, or if we make a decision, we can look at it and say, wait a minute, am I coming from fear or love? Am I going to do this because I'm fearful, or am I going to do this out of pure, unadulterated love? Because love really is what's underneath. Is that peace of mind that we talk about? Is that happiness that's inside of us? It's also could be called love. It's an unconditional thing, not even, again, the unconditional love we say we have for our children or our family. Like, that's need again, and that's most of that love is fearful too. It's not real love. So I don't have an actual example. This idea comes out of many traditions. I mean, I think I first heard about it from A Course in Miracles. They basically say that those are the two things. But I was listening to something today with Michael Neal and Anita Moorjani, which was just a sample of something that some project that they're doing together, and they were talking about it too, and it reminded me, because it's the kind of thing I need to remember for myself, the way I treat other people, and when I get concerned or controlling, or in my dealings with family, let's say, I need to remember to come from love, not fear, which sometimes means we do the opposite of what we think society would say we should do. Because we sometimes, if we come from fear, we were trying to help them and make them better and fix them, and that's not coming from love when we're trying to do that to the people that we say we love. We have to remember, if we come from love, we can remember that they have their own wisdom inside of them, and if we just love them, be with them in a place of love and presence, and listen to them and not judge them, because judgment is more fear. If we can do that with the people we're with, any people, I guess that has the power to change things, help them feel better, help them connect to their own wisdom and their own love too. Now, this is somewhat theoretical for me because this is something that I know I need to remember more often. I don't know if it's a practice I need to do or not, but I think just remembering that those are my two options, fear or love. And when I think I'm making a right decision, looking at it through that lens, wait a minute, am I doing this because of fear or am I doing this out of love, real love? And you can easily get tricked by it because um, love can the human love we often think is love, as I said at the beginning, isn't really. So we have to be really, really super honest with ourselves if we're going to look at life this way, because we don't need to come from fear. Love is inside of us. Love is there, and it can and it is the light, and it overcomes the darkness, which is fear, which is another interesting thing to think about and remember. So that's it. I don't know how much sense that makes or if that's helpful at all, but I think it's a really helpful concept in general for life and for living life. Post any questions below, and I'm happy to answer them, and I'll catch you later. Bye.